Hey Brett, Sparkyhead here. This is a video response to Atheist murdered and Christians celebrate. I've had to think on exactly how I'm going to put this. First of all, I want to give my condolences for your loss, even though it was, over 2 years ago. It's very sad to hear of what happened for the young lady, but also it makes me wonder what kind of world we're bringing our kids up in, where, don't get me wrong, not all Christians are bad, there's still good people out there, like she was trying to say, but it makes me makes me being ashamed of being a human, that there's other humans out there that live under this God, the Christian God, and all that crap, and then turn around and say this, and this about this poor girl that was murdered. And it's one of those things that gets you deep down in your heart, and you stop and think of just to imagine what these people were saying. It really got to me, even just to even imagine that. My imagination just goes out there. But yeah, what kind of world are we bringing our kids up in, where they're shunned for their beliefs and they're brainwashed into atheism, or brainwashed into Hinduism, or Christianity, or Islam, or Wicca, or whatever the fuck you want to have. I was born and raised Methodist, one of the most open-minded Christian organizations out there, but as I grew up and got older, I think that's one thing I'm gifted with, is that I have an open mind, and I can stop and I can look at the pros and cons of this religion, the pros and cons of this religion, and it's not really a pro and con of the religion, it's a pro and con of the people that represent that religion. If I'd known about this murder when I was a Christian, I would have been appalled. I would have been ashamed to be a Christian, just for how they represented my faith and my belief, and so on and so forth. It's just ridiculously insane that people can, since the Christian celebration on this tragedy is the topic, it's unreal that they can do something like that and act like they don't, pray with one hand and kill on the other, almost, is basically the way it looks to me. Turn the other cheek, brother, right? Excuse me. But I've watched quite a few of your videos, and I just wanted to say that I'm glad you're out here doing what you're doing. It makes me feel good as a human being that there are other good people out there doing what they feel is right to educate other people, humanity as a whole, instead of one group, one organization here, one religion here, and so on and so forth. As for me, on the hope of humanity, it's not much. I have an inkling, or not an inkling, but a very tiny bit of faith in the human species as being productive as a whole, for the better of the planet, or of the species. And I'm going to try and do my part as well, and put my 2 cents in to the community, and see, hopefully find out exactly how bad the human race is, the species is, and hopefully, these tragedies, even though it's inevitable, these tragedies are going to happen to whoever. It's sad to know that. I mean, it's inevitable, but you can always hope that it doesn't happen. So, peace be with you, and have a safe journey.